Hey everybody, Senpai here. Just here with quick thought. There'll be no notes, no preparations for this. Just me going off my raw thoughts and raw feelings based off of One Piece live action, which I just finished with my co-viewer that I did this with. Sean, you can catch the reactions over on his channel. I'll post a link below. Now, as I said, this will be completely raw, so I won't remember everything. So I'm just gonna get into it. Now, first of all, I'm gonna say my sales are set for the Grand Line with the One Piece, with live action for Netflix. I love this show. It was good. I just I can't simply put into words just how like Matt Owens, Iñaki Godoy, uh, Jacob Romero Gibson, Taz Skyler, McKenyu, Emily Rudd, and all the other cast and crew. Uh, Thank you for if you're if any of you are watching this. Thank you for delivering a good product. I'm just when we got to the last episode, uh, and with like Nami, um, looking out for Luffy at Arlong Park, and Luffy just getting up. I was actually being brought to tears. In fact, heck, I'm emotional now just thinking about it. It it, it was just so good. I just dang, I loved it. It started off with Roger's execution, which they went more in depth with than than the live action. Than the anime did. At least until later on in the series, it does show a little bit uh, in like some flashbacks, and so as I was worried. The bounty poster for Roger is out there for One Piece live action, and it's evident from the first episode. It shows it, but the bounty is kind of obscured. It's kind of off screen, so that's kind of keeps like some of the mystery intact. Now, also, I'm going to say this right now. Even though I love the show, it's not perfect, but I don't care if it's perfect. I just wanted a good show and have a good time, and Netflix delivered on that. Damn, I'm still emotional. I just can't believe it. Uh, Seriously, thank you for delivering a good product. And anyways, so then we showed like the past, the backstories of each of the Straw Hats, and with some of them, I'm surprised they went in depth as much as they did, and they with Sanji's they went the full 85 days. Um, and I was kind of concerned at first, like because with Zoro's punishment, uh, he was supposed to like in the manga and the anime he was supposed to be there for like about a month or whatever. I can't remember exactly. And by the time Luffy met him, he was already there for like what 3 weeks. So um, it didn't really last that long. He was only there for he was only tied up for a day. And and I gotta say the whole thing with Zoro and Mister Seven, um, I love that, and I really loved how Zoro rejected Mister Seven, is totally in line with his character, and it's definitely something he said when they were at Whiskey Peak in the anime and the manga. So, yeah, that was just like so good. Now, I think the island was sixes. I'm not sure if that's actually stated specifically in the manga or the anime. I haven't really looked into it yet. Um, so maybe editing senpai will post that in there, or maybe not. And let's see here. Just trying to think. Uh, Buggy was really good and funny, and Elvita was she did what she was supposed to do. She was great. Um, Kobe, I Kobe fell in and out for me, but by the end of the series, I definitely fell in love with this character. Uh, Kobe was just like um, surprising. I didn't expect to see him as much as I did, but he was around for the entire season. Oh, I knew that there was gonna be a little thing like in the second and third episode from the research that I've done. Um, but not even that research wasn't all right because like in that stuff that I did with that, it said that they were going to get to Logtown, which never happened in this series, which is but I guess that's fine. Hopefully, if we get season two, they'll go to Logtown before they go to the Grand Line. But that's another video. I won't get into that here. Uh, all the bounty posters were really good. All the bounty reveals. Elvita, 5 million. Buggy at 15 million. Kuro at 16. Don Krieg at 17 million. Which, that kind of surprised me with Don Krieg. He was defeated and probably killed over in Grand Line, so he never escaped. And that's one thing that was in uh, uh, Mihawk. He kind of just he kind of let him go. Didn't really, but the whole thing about him fighting Don Krieg's armada or fleet is something that's been said in the manga and the anime. They ask him, why you are attacking us, and he said, oh, you woke me up from my nap. Which don't wake Mihawk up from his nap. He will kill you, as it showed in that in that whole scene. It was at first I wasn't really sure who he was fighting. Mihawk, that is, and it was shown that it was Don Krieg, and I was saying, oh, so they're actually showing this. And I basically kind of recognized it. Like, I think it was like he cut Don Krieg's ship in half before Don Krieg himself actually showed up. So I did realize who he was. So, anyways, and Arlong's bounty is at 20 million. So all those bounties are in line with the manga and anime. So good is good. And I will not tell you what Roger's bounty is because that's supposed to be a mystery up until way later. Like season 10-ish. Which I will get into those season predictions in a video that I'll be doing with Sean, hopefully. he goes all the way up that far. If he doesn't go that far, I will. So you can count on that. Let's see here. Kuro, the whole Kaya thing with Syrup Village, that was kind of done like a horror movie, uh, which is fine. It worked for that little setup. It actually, in fact, I think a, a horror way for that is probably the best way, because it was all confined to the Kaya's mansion, which was not the case in the manga and the anime. And the kiss from Kaya to Usopp, since we didn't have the kids, the Usopp pirates in the live action, I guess that kiss was pretty much needed to show like there was some feelings between those two. It was like obvious because the kids were saying, "Oh, don't make Kaya sad" and all that stuff. So it was obvious that Usopp and Kaya had a thing. So for Kaya to kiss Usopp, I'm totally fine with it. And I actually appreciate it. And that's something that Oda probably won't ever do. Is he probably will never do that. So, anyways, the whole thing about her also having like a shipyard business, at least her parents, I can't remember if that was the case in the manga and anime. I have to look into that too. But that was really cool to see them work on the ships. And it was nice to see like, oh, and it was nice to see all the different costumes that they had. They were all in. Some of them were from the manga volume covers, and some of them were like cover pages. Like the one that Luffy was wearing when he walked up to the Mary, that was from like a volume cover. I can't remember which, but that was really good. So it was nice to see all those different costumes. And at Bratier, I said this in Sean's little video when I was reacting. I would love if the Bratier was an actual physical place, and I would actually want to eat there. But the whole Bratier arc was really good. They actually hammer the whole point home that that Zeff ate his own foot in the live action, which they only mentioned. They were kind of vague with it in the manga, and in the anime. Well, the anime just didn't. He just cut off his own foot before he even had a chance to even eat it. So I don't even know what the heck the anime was doing. And so it was Arlong showing up at Barati. That was interesting, and I guess it gave Luffy an enemy to fight at Barati, because Don Krieg was killed by Mihawk on the Grand Line before he even got there, which the whole I'll mention that real quick. Mihawk versus Zoro, that was really good. and the thing with Kuina, I really liked how they handled Kuina in live action. It was better than I thought, honestly. In fact, almost all of this stuff was better than I thought it would. And it also makes me think of this freaking group of people might not like that episode because of things she said, and sad to say, stuff that she said is true for the most part. There might be some exceptions to the rule, but those are just exceptions. But anyways, Arlong versus Luffy though, that at Brate, that was actually pretty good. I disagree though with like Sean's little thing about Zoro. That looked like a pretty devastating wound. Um, that looks pretty dang realistic, especially since he was laying on his back. Well, I mean, I guess they rolled him over on his back, but anyways. Um, but I'm fine with the blood loss. It makes perfect sense, and it's in line with real life. I mean, a person's not gonna have a pool of blood leak out in front of them because realistically, no one's gonna survive that, and no one has that much blood in their body, anyways, to make a pool of blood like that. Um, Now, to get to Arlong Park proper, it actually looks like a theme park, and it's actually in line with like the whole thing with Sabaody Archipelago, which Arlong Park is actually ironically based off of because when Arlong and them were kids, they never had a chance to go to Sabaody because they were fishermen, and humans were had discrimination against them, were discriminatory against them, and and you mentioned like the whole thing about his kind being enslaved. I'm really thinking that was he was referring to Fisher Tiger. So we got mentions to stuff down the road in the future. Uh, I I didn't quite catch like every Easter egg, but I did catch like the stuff about Jinbei, Fisher Tiger, and a couple others. Oh, and I guess since I'm near the end here, uh, Garp's whole involvement in the East Blue was shocking. So that's going to change an arc down the road if we get that far in live action, because the crew already knows Luffy's connection with Garp. But anyways, as far as Garp goes, I think he was a little crazy. I didn't really, at times I didn't really care much for it because it was like a little over the top. But uh, by the end though, I appreciated his character, so I think they did Garp justice. Um, Now let's see here. Well, that I guess I was just mentioning, like the whole fight with Luffy and Garp. That was that caught me by surprise. I did not see that coming at all. And it's good to know that they made him as intimidating though as they did, because I mean Garp went up against Roger, so there's no reason for him to lose against his grandson. Like the whole thing with like the last episode. Well, first of all, like the action that building up to the ending with Arlong, and Nami stabbing herself. I figured as soon as I saw that in the notice that her bandage in the was on in the trailer, I knew they were going to show the stabbing, and I was right. I was pretty sure that they were going to show that, and they did. They didn't show the whole thing about her getting the new tattoo, one with the pinwheel and the tangerine. Um, I think that pretty much covers it. I pretty much got everything. Wow, I'm impressed. I expected this to go a little faster. I might have left a lot more out. Well, I pretty much covered everything. But I will mention one more thing real quick before I wrap up. Is the fight between Arlong and Luffy at Arlong Park was confined to that one building, which I guess makes sense because it would. I guess that was like if everything happened in manga and anime happened in live action, it would be probably messier and people not liked it. It probably wouldn't. It probably would have been ridiculous, honestly, and I probably thought it would be ridiculous too if they did that. So I'm actually glad that they uh, had it all in the building and in the map room. And I'm so glad that they showed that whole structure come down on top of Arlong and Luffy both. And as I said at the beginning of the video, I teared up when Luffy stood up and shouted to Nami, saying that she is their friend. And so that was really done. That was done really good, really well. I loved it. Um, I can't wait to get season 2. Netflix, please do season 2. Oda, do season 2. McKinney, Iñaki, Emily, Jacob, Taz, Iñaki, Kenyu, Emily, Jacob, Taz. All you guys, and come back, keep doing good work. I want to see you guys in future seasons. You guys were amazing as the core 5 Straw Hats, and I can't wait to see like how you guys are with future characters that are included. And a little side thing, if anyone over at Netflix, or if you guys, or like Matt Owens is watching this, if you have any consideration for someone like an extra, like a background character, I would love to be that. Like I would like to be like a background character for like maybe like somebody like at Brokeworks or at like Rebels at Alabasta. That would be amazing. Or heck, even if it's just like some villager or somebody like at Logtown or somebody, I'd be fine with anything. I just, if you could just hook me up as an extra, that'd be great. Because One Piece is my favorite series. I love this series so much. It's number one. One Piece is number one, and it always will be. Because I have a hard time thinking that this is going to be something that could top this. Well, so with that said, I think I've said everything I can, so you can look forward to me having another video with Sean about this. As I said, I'll include a link to his channel below, and you can see our reactions over on his channel. Like I said, we reacted to all 8 episodes. It's just amazing. And if you haven't watched this show yourself and you're watching this video, well, I guess I just spoiled it, but I mean, what are you doing here before you go watch the series? Just go watch it, then watch our videos. And watch my other videos that are coming after this. Because I'll be doing in-depth analyses about each episode going forward after this. And I'll be doing those. I'll be trying to get those like one a week. And I'm going to try and get one out probably on, like, get the first episode like on Tuesday or something. I don't know. I'm not gonna make any promises. I got like so much things to do. I gotta talk about the manga chapters. I gotta talk about Arlong Park in the manga and the anime. I need to talk about like Logtown. I got so much stuff that I gotta do, and so I will though try to get the first episode out as soon as possible for analysis. So anyways, I'll see you guys later, and as I said before, my sails are set, and don't want to come home. I want to go to the Grand Line with the Straw Hats.
I've always been taught to be brave.